Hello chaps and chapettes, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well. And welcome to World of Warships, and today we are sailing out on the Albemarle, named after the Duke of Albemarle, a name used in the Royal Navy for many years actually. I think the first Albemarle was back in the 1660s or something, and it was a Duncan class battleship in the early stages of the of its life, basically. Now we've got the Albemarle ship, and it is a ship that, well, didn't exist, but it was a ship that was going to exist. It was a British heavy cruiser designed to basically be an up-gunned up version of the sort of county class style, county class style of ships, and yeah, that's it really. It's got 205mm guns on board in triple turrets. It's got a nice bit of armour on board as well. Armour wise, you've got about 150mm on the side. So it was going to be it was going to be a fairly hefty boat. It didn't end up getting made. It was sort of used. Well, it wasn't used, but it was sort of based off of versions of the London, one of the other county class ships of the time, and the upgrades that got, including the absolutely insane quadruple pom-pom guns on board, which is just madness. I say madness, but ridiculous at the same time. I mean, you know, you just need more pom-pom guns, really. It's just a general thing. Just have all of the pom-pom guns, but that means you've got fairly good anti-aircraft protection. Now, you also get, of course, the useful single-launch torpedoes, and some fairly decent guns on board. As I say, you've got the 203mm guns on board, and they're very strong. They've got some decent range to them, and they've got some decent punch. Generally, I like to use a bit of the HE with them, especially on battleships and stuff like that. I find the AP tends to not quite go through a lot of times. But the good thing about this ship is it's a bit of a brawler. You can get up close to things, and you can really start to cause some damage, and really start to cause mayhem as well, because you've got that nice bit of armour. Now I try and squeeze past this Helena here, but the Helena keeps going forwards, and well, we're not going to stop, so we're going to use that as a buffer to position ourselves a little bit better. So yeah, we've sort of got a little bit stuck here, but that's okay. We'll just sit here for a moment. We're not being shot at, and we're not spotted anymore, which is a good thing. The ship was actually drafted sort of just before the outbreak of World War II, or just on the outbreak of World War II. Got an Arizona sneaking around here. Let's just pop some shots into that, shall we? Looking pretty juicy. But as I say, it was basically an upgraded county class, a bit different in its design, as I say, a bit more armour and things like that. In the game, it's actually just a very good cruiser. It's just a very good heavy cruiser. It's what you want in a heavy cruiser. It's strong, robust, it's got some good guns to it. You've got a good broadside as well with those triple turrets. So you can bring plenty of guns to bear on a target, and relatively good fire chance as well. It's about 18% fire chance rate as stock with the guns. So we're going to set some fires on this Amagi here, and hopefully cause it some damage. And as you can see, we're just going to wilt this Amagi away right now. We've got a Trento firing at us as well, but just firing its it's APHE at us, so I'm not too worried about that, because it's not going to give us a citadel or anything. And as you can see, we've got fairly decent amount of hit points, almost 40,000 hit points here, so we can take a little bit of a beating. And we kill the Albemarle with some fire there. We had 3 fires going on that thing, so not a surprise in all honesty. So first kill, first bit done. 40,000 damage, early game, not bad. We're up 1 ship at the moment. We've lost 3 battleships, which is not good. But they have lost their destroyer and a battleship, which is going to make our lives a lot easier. The destroyers are sort of quite vital. Now, not knowing the exact range, I pop my surveillance aircraft here, and I wish I didn't, because it's just a bit of a fairly useless moment there. Gun range, of course, is a little bit limited, and I don't have the upgrades on this thing yet either. So we've got an Albemarle just sitting around the corner. We've got a fair few ships sitting around the corner here, so we don't want to go steaming around too quickly, just in case anyone's around. We've got to be a bit careful of that one, because we could get caught and get some damage done to us. So we're going to be a bit cautious here. We're going to fire some of the torpedoes down that channel, just in case that Albemarle decides to go across the water and try and get behind the other island, try and retreat. We might get lucky with a torpedo hit on him. You never know. So torpedoes away, and we've got a friendly Albemarle going around as well. So we're going to keep on moving here. I'm going to get in some range for some shots on the Albemarle there. So we're trying to get our guns around. Now this is something you sort of get used to with these heavy cruisers. The gun rotation speed is a little bit sluggish. And does take a bit of time, so going to fire off a salvo, and are we going to get a kill here? Oh, it's going to be close, it's going to be close. Yes, we do. We steal a kill right at the end there. 2 Albemarle's dead, so we've taken 2 of them now, so that's kind of nice. 2 battleships in a heavy cruiser. Feel like my job's done, really. New Orleans there comes out steaming in front of us. We're going to launch some HE. Unfortunately, didn't have the AP loaded there, but too late. The North Carolina has deleted the New Orleans there rather quickly. Rather quick deletion there, a devastating strike, obviously. I'm getting spotted right now, and I can't really work out what's spotting me, but there's nothing around, and there's no destroyers, so we might as well start steaming around. This Albemarle, it looks like it's going to start moving along. Probably knows I'm here. So we could get torpedoes coming in the water, but we're just going to steam around a little bit, and we're going to try and get our torpedoes off into him before he can get them off into us. But we switched to the AP, most importantly. First shot, we whiff it a little bit. We go a little bit too eager there, and for some reason, I think my torpedo tube got damaged or something, because I only had 1 torpedo. Which was a bit frustrating, because it meant I had to steam around and get into range of his torpedoes. So I take a couple of torpedo hits to the bow, but nothing serious there, no major damage, wasn't a very big hit. And we've now got our guns to bear. Will we get the last shot? We do, and it's a citadel as well. Nice big shot there, and also 32 shots from our secondaries there. We launch our torpedoes just in the vein, hope we can get this to Kako. But we did a terrible launch there. But we have the AP loaded. So first round, we whiff those shots. Oh, that's a terrible job, screwing what we're doing. But we're going to bow tank him for a little bit. And this time we'll aim a little bit higher, a little bit above the waterline. See how that goes. Oh, that goes much better. 2 citadels. Yes, that's much better. And it's wiped out very quickly. The Albemarle there just absolutely annihilating it. So things are looking pretty damn good at the moment. We've got the lead. We've got the points lead. There's only 3 ships remaining. They got the Warspite behind us. They got a Lexington carrier and a Torrento. Yeah, I completely remembered what that was. We're just going to cap C here, just get the points up. We know where the carrier vehicle's hanging around, so we're going to go and say hello to that. And as you can see here, pretty confident that we've got this victory. The Warspite does take out our North Carolina, but our North Carolina took out the Warspite. So traded there, not helping the points, but could be much worse. So let's hunt down this carrier. Now, got the HE loaded here because we'll probably over-penetrate the carrier. Could probably get some good citadels with the AP, but generally we're just going to over-penetrate on things. And there it is. Ranger, sorry, not Lexington. So, HE away. Let's get these going. So first salvo is out. And we're looking good, we're looking good, we're looking good. And we're just a bit short. Bollocks. That's alright. We've got more guns. So we fire off 9 more shells into the sky, and we get a fire instantly, and puts it out instantly. Ah. Well, that's alright. If we set a secondary fire, we'll be spot on here. We'll be pretty good. And of course, we might even get some citadels here as well, because you will get some high explosive citadel penetrations. But of course, as is the way with life generally, we're not going to send them a fire. Now, he sent his his rocket planes at us. We've managed to dodge most of them, no real damage. And here comes the torpedo planes. And this is where your anti-aircraft guns are really going to come to bear. We get another citadel where our HE shells there, not bad at all. Torpedo planes are coming in. We're just going to have to get ready to move from that one. Fire off another round, and in come the torpedo planes, and we're going to squiggle around that. We easily avoid it, and we're going to shoot down a fair few planes here. Just look at how much damage we're doing to the planes right now. You'll see the plane deaths just creeping up very, very quickly right now. We launched torpedoes just in case, but this ship is going down. Will we get the last shot? Fire out, but no, too late. And that's the match. Let's head to the post screen. Okay, and that is the match. So we got the top score there. Woohoo! It's nice to finish first sometimes. 3 ships killed, 12 aircraft killed. Not bad at all. We lost 1 RP and 40 silver coins for crashing into a ship. Unfortunately there, we did have to move positions, so that's kind of acceptable, I guess. 93 on target, not bad. 71 pens though, that's actually pretty good. 32 secondary hits as well. And this has a very short secondary, so we did get very close there. Was very lucky not to get wiped out by torps, in all honesty. But yeah, pretty happy with that match, in all honesty there. It was a pretty damn good one. As you can see, detailed report. We did a lot of damage to a lot of ships. 25,000 to that Amagi in the end. 37,000 to the Ranger. And you can just see how bloody powerful CVs are at the moment. They're just so strong. It just takes so much to kill the bastards. It was unfortunate not to get the kill on that CV there. We almost got it. But we did get some sneaky kills in the beginning there. And credit-wise, after all things bits and bobs done, 29,000 credits, not bad at all there. If we look at the actual total, we actually got 42 in grand total. And we also completed the Heart of Oak one, so nice and easy there. So let's return to the port, and let's just have a quick look at the Albemarle, the Albemarle. Absolutely awesome ship. Very cool. It's basically an upgraded county class, what it says on the tin. You know, it's what it is. You know, project well protected, heavy cruiser, drafted shortly after the outbreak of World War II. One of the fundamental differences was previous generations was placement of the triple turrets, as well as more armor, and that's one of the big things with this, is you actually got some armor on your armed cruiser. On the side you can see 152mm belt with 25mm plating, and if we turn that off, you know, you've got some decent citadel protection on this ship, which is nice to have compared to some of the others, as well as having a relatively decent deck armor of 30mm, so it does have a little bit of protection for you. 16mm on superstructure, not great. Most things are going to cause damage to that and set fires, but you're pretty strong and you can take some serious damage. Torpedo protection as well is quite good, 19%, which is not too bad. As you saw, we actually managed to tank a couple of torpedoes there and not die instantly. My captain in that battle, as you can see, I've actually got 2 points now. Hooray! I gained 2 points from that one battle. That's pretty damn good. What I had was priority target, expert loader, and then last stand, because I always take last stand. I'm not sure what I'm going to get for the next one. I'm pondering possibly superintendent, just because it's nice to have those extra charges, just for the health, but in all honesty, it's not super needed. Demolition expert could be useful just for the slightly better HE fire chance. You've got a decent fire chance on this ship anyway. No point in getting sort of basic firing training and stuff like that. Possibly the survivability expert, get some more hit points. Might be useful. Have to have a bit of a think about what I'm going to actually do with that one. But secondaries are pretty meager, and with a 3.1 kilometer range, they're not that good, in all honesty. But that's with the basic ship as well. I've not actually upgraded the modules. If we look at the modules, I don't have an upgrade to the module yet, so I still don't have gun fire range, and I don't have the actual secondary hull, which will give us a little bit more AA defense, survivability, and maneuverability, of course. How far off are we on that now? Pretty close to getting the mod 2. Just money-wise now is the hard thing, because I went and bought this ship, and I've got barely any money left, which is always fun. But yeah, it is a gorgeous ship. As I said, it's basically a better county class, and that's the best way to put it. It's a stronger county class ship. If you look at next to a county class, so Surrey for instance, you can see it's a much higher waterline. It sticks out of the waterline more, which is incredible, and it's also got the flat back to it, which it takes something to have a higher waterline than a county class, because those things are basically just solid walls. But it is a very good looking ship as well. It's a ship I really do quite like quite a lot. And those guns as well, they are very, very decent. The 203mm guns have got a decent punch to them. 18% fire chance, it's not too bad. As I say, taking Demolition Expert might be a good idea just to get that slightly better fire chance for it. But yeah, I'm really liking this ship so far. I've had a few games in it, and I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. As I've said with the British Heavy Cruiser line, I'm just enjoying the gameplay for them. The anti-aircraft defense as well is actually pretty good. As you can see, 72%, but you've got quite a few Acrylians just on their single mounts, or Orlicans, sorry, I always mispronounce it. And then of course you've got your Vickers pom-poms as well. A few different pom-poms on there, which is nice. And you've got the absolutely insane, where are we? The quadruple mounts. So this is your quad mount, so you've got 4 pom-poms. I can actually get to it. And this is the quadruple mount. Look at all of those 40mm. Look at it, it's just glorious. Of course, this was tested out on the London, which was a bit of a test bed, but you can just see the amount of bloody anti-aircraft fire you can put up. And of course, being a 40mm, that gives it that bit of range as well. So you've got that little bit of extra range. So you do some good range damage. You've got some very good continuous damage there, and you do just chew through aircraft. With the actual modules, you can take defensive fire. Also, as you can see, I don't have the full upgrades yet. You can take, instead of hydro, defensive fire, but in all honesty, defensive fire is worthless at the moment with the current carrier model, and of course spotting aircraft as well, and your heal. The base heal is only one use, so that's where Superintendent could come in useful. I always take out the premium just because, and also premium fire extinguisher as well. So let's just quickly open up this box of goodies before we go. Open container, more credits, yes please, give me lots of credits please. Open container, doopy doopy doop, and yay, we got a new thing for our collection and some money, which is nice. So yeah, currently collecting for the carrier collection for the British, just out of something to collect for. But yeah, the Albemarle is just, yeah, it's really, really good. It is just basically a better county class, which is not a bad thing to have, in all honesty, because the county classes were not terrible ships. Not great, not terrible, but they did the job. Alright guys, till next time, this is me, Carl Screezilla, out. Bye bye.